For most of 2021, the world has been fighting off various COVID variants, which are all more efficient than the OG from Wuhan. We had Alpha, we had Lambda, we had Delta. COVID basically turned the planet into the shittiest frat house of all time. But just when we thought we had it all figured out, last week, scientists in South Africa announced that they discovered a new variant. And what they saw is freaking people out.
Scientists are racing to learn more about a new COVID variant, already setting off alarm bells around the world.
According to South African scientists, the Omicron variant has more than 50 mutations and is likely to be more transmissible.
It has a bunch of mutations, a disturbingly large number of mutations in the spike protein, which is the business end of the virus.
The COVID-19 vaccines target the spike protein. If the spike changes too much and in the wrong way, it could make the vaccines less effective.
The president of Moderna said yesterday what's most scary about this virus is it has managed to put all of its greatest hits into one variant.
Yes, it's all the greatest hits in one place. Like if Mamma Mia killed you instead of teaching you about the power of love. And what's so scary about this thing is all the mutations to the virus's spike protein, because the spike protein is how the virus penetrates our cells. It's basically COVID's dick, and a mutated dick is never a good thing. Yeah, there's no Hallmark cards that say, congratulations on your mutated dick. But hey, I'm no expert. So to get us a more informed perspective, I sent Roy Wood Jr. out to CDC headquarters in Atlanta. And Roy, I know you're standing by right now. What can you tell us?
Well, Trevor, the Omicron variant is the 12th variant of COVID and the 5th variant of concern, now spreading in the 20th month of the global pandemic. I've been talking to the top scientists at the CDC, and everyone seems to agree. Come on, man, just stop. Just stop, man. Chill, man. Just variant after variant after variant. Just damn. Shit got to stop, bro.
I'm sorry, Roy. This is what the scientists are saying?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm paraphrasing, Trevor. The actual scientific consensus on the Omicron is, shit. I gotta cancel this damn vacation. I done pushed it back 2-3 times. It's St. John's. I wanna go. Then they gonna shut everything down. Then the next thing you know, you're gonna have strange people delivering your food. And you gotta wonder whether or not they've been eating some of your French fries. And then I gotta be cooped up with the boy. And I gotta homeschool and figure out which button is the Zoom button and how to print the homework on the printer that has no ink. And then that's just another whole ass day. And then we're in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's 3 of us. It's just not enough space. I can hear her phone calls through the wall. I can hear him playing the Nintendo Switch. I'm trying to be on a conference call, and God forbid I actually get a little bit of silence in this house so I can enjoy my PlayStation that I set online for Cyber Monday to buy. I actually got a goddamn PlayStation that I can't even play now because everybody's gonna be in the house because you can't play violent video games around the boy. We don't want him learning about violence. Well, what other good games are there to play on a PlayStation other than violent games? You have to pretend violence in this country to keep from doing violence in real life. And I think that's what she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand that that's what the video games do for me. And I just think if I just had just a 3rd bedroom, a 3rd bedroom.
All right.
That's all we need is a 3rd bedroom. And that would give me the space that I need. But then we would have to move uptown, and that's too far. And then you gotta have a 40-minute train ride.
Well, thank you.
Train ride, and everybody's got Omicron.
All right, thank you so much, Roy. Thank you so much, Roy. Thank you for keeping us updated on your developments. Thank you so much for that.
No problem, Trevor.
Now look, I understand the frustration of facing yet another new variant. I mean, how did that happen after everything we did? I mean, for 2 years now, people, we wore masks for some of the time. We social distanced when it was convenient. Then like half of us got vaccinated. What more is it gonna take? But at the same time, we shouldn't panic because this variant was just discovered. So there's still a ton that we don't know about it. We don't know how long it's been around. We don't know if it causes more severe illness. We don't know if it can evade our vaccines. We know less about this variant than your grandmother knows about Jojo Siwa. And she just knows she's scared. That's it. And it could very well be that all these mutations that sound so scary turn out to not be that big a deal. Like when Apple acts like it's making tons of changes to the iPhone, and then we're like, I need a new iPhone, I need a new iPhone. And then you get it and you're like, wait, it's just a slightly different camera? I killed a man in line for this thing. So right now, Basically, all we know about this strain is that it's called Omicron. That's all we know. And even the name of the virus has a complicated story.
A World Health Organization panel has just named the strain Omicron and classified it as a variant of concern.
The World Health Organization named this variant Omicron instead of the next letters in the Greek alphabet, Nu or Xi. In a statement to the Associated Press, they said they skipped Nu because it sounds like the word new, and that Xi is a common last name.
Yes, it's true. Xi is a very common last name, particularly among Chinese authoritarian leaders. I see you who. And this really shows you the clout that China has, man. Because the World Health Organization is like, oh, we don't want to offend one guy in China. Meanwhile, Greece is over here like, what? You stole our whole alphabet, Malaka. And it has been interesting to see how sensitive the scientific community has become about naming COVID variants, right? Because back in the day, you realize back in the day, nobody cared. Like, nobody cared about naming diseases. Doctors would even name diseases after themselves. I discovered a disease that destroys the mind, making you slowly forget your life and the people that you love. And whenever people get this disease, I want them thinking of your boy, Alzheimer. Yeah, that way they'll never forget me. I mean, they might forget, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's going to be quite cool. But the good news about them skipping those letters is that means we're almost halfway to Omega now, which is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. And that means once COVID reaches the end of the alphabet, it can't make any more variants, people. That's just science. We did it, baby. Yeah. Now, the truth is that so far, there are some encouraging signs that Omicron may only be causing mild symptoms in the people who have it. Although experts say it'll take at least a couple of weeks before we really understand what the strain can do. But the world isn't waiting to find out.
Governments are moving quickly tonight to limit travel into their countries in an attempt to slow the spread of the new COVID variant called Omicron.
Overnight, the United States banned entry for non-citizen travelers from South Africa and 7 neighboring countries. At least 44 other countries are also imposing travel restrictions.
I took immediate steps to restrict travel from countries in southern Africa. But while we have that travel restrictions can slow the speed of Omicron, it cannot prevent it. But here's what it does. It gives us time. It gives us time to take more actions, to move quicker, to make sure people understand you have to get your vaccine. You have to get the shot.
Yes. If you give America just a couple more weeks, surely all the anti-vaxxers will finally come around and get their shots. Oh, bless your heart, Joe. No, for real. I mean, I understand where the US is coming from on this, right? If you can slow down the spread of Omicron, even a little bit, then you have time to research it. You have time to work on new vaccines. And you have time to consult with Joe Rogan on a treatment plan. I mean, hey, maybe this time he'll say vaccines. You don't know. So a lot of people support this travel ban, although Republicans aren't giving Biden any credit for taking a tough stance. In fact, today, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he tweeted that while Biden is banning travel from South Africa, he's doing nothing to stop South Africans from crossing the southern border illegally. And you know, Greg Abbott has a very good point here. Every day, millions of South Africans walk across the Atlantic Ocean to cross the border. I mean, why did I book a flight? I could have just hitched a ride. What is this? This is the biggest load of bullshit ever. And look, props to the governor of Texas for being able to turn literally any story into a complaint about the border. Everyone's watching Red Notice on Netflix when what they should be doing is watching our southern border. Now, you guys may not know this about me, but I too am a South African. Relax, relax, everyone in the studio, relax. I do not have the variant, I think. Got the OG one. And as a South African who does not have the variant, I think this travel ban is total bullshit. I really do. I mean, first of all, COVID is a hoax. We can all agree on that, right? No, but for second of all, Omicron has already been found in over a dozen countries around the world, right? We don't know where it started. We don't know how long it's been around. It's everywhere from Hong Kong to Israel to Spain. So why aren't you banning travel from all of those countries too? Huh? Only the African countries? What's the difference between the African countries? Oh. I still don't get the logic. What, you think Omicron is going to get to Europe and then just decide to stay there? I was going to spread to America, but I simply cannot leave the beauty of Barcelona. And look, I mean, maybe America is buying itself a couple of weeks before it gets overrun with Omicron. But don't forget about the costs of this action too. Because you do realize that other countries are paying attention, and they realize if they're going to get punished for telling the world about new variants, they're going to stop telling the world whenever their scientists discover new variants. I'm just saying, don't be surprised when the next variant pops up in Europe and Italian scientists come out acting like nothing is wrong. Everything is fine. This is just how you say, a TikTok challenge. But that's where we are right now. There's a new coronavirus that we don't know anything about. And because of that, I can't go home to my uncle's baby shower. And man, I really wanted to go. You don't see your uncle get showered by babies much.